Sergeant Lily Hart stood still under the scorching Nevada sun, her nerves tight. President Jonathan Reed was visiting Falcon Ridge Air Base to deliver a speech honoring American service members. Lily, recently recognized as the top graduate in her training division, had earned her place in the formation. But her heart was split. While she served her country, her mother was barely holding on to their small apple orchard in rural Nebraska. As the president began his speech, his words about military sacrifice and family support stirred something in Lily. She raised her hand. The crowd murmured. A soldier speaking up mid-address? President Reed stopped. Yes, soldier? Sir, Lily said, her voice shaky but steady. What about when we're serving, and our families are left behind to fall apart? A long pause followed. Reed descended from the stage. What's your name? Sergeant Lily Hart. I admire guts, he said. Walk with me. They strolled along the edge of the airfield. Lily shared her family's story. Her mom was alone, struggling to keep their orchard alive after relentless storms and debt. Her younger brother, Jamie, just 12, had barely spoken since their dad's fatal accident on the farm. He blamed her for leaving. I joined to make a difference, she said, but it feels like I abandoned them. Reed listened quietly. Carrying a uniform means bearing burdens others never see, he said. You didn't walk away, you stepped forward. They stopped beside a small garden. Do you regret serving? He asked. No, sir. Then hold your head high. Your story matters. The next morning, Lily was startled awake by a knock. A colonel handed her a phone. It's the president. Hope I didn't wake you, came Reed's familiar voice. He told her he spoke with her mom, who'd confessed she didn't support his campaign, but shared her fears about the orchard, the broken equipment, the mounting bills. I told her she's not alone anymore, Reed said. I've arranged quiet support to get the orchard back on track. Lily was stunned. And, he continued, I want you to fly home this weekend, in uniform, for your brother, so he can see who you really are. That Saturday, Lily landed in Omaha. Her nerves jittered. Would Jamie even speak to her? At the farm, her mother rushed to embrace her. Jamie stood stiff, unsmiling. You left, he muttered. I never stopped caring, she said. Behind them, trucks unloaded a new harvester and supplies. Jamie's eyes widened. What's all this? It's from someone who believes in us. That evening, as stars blinked into the dusky sky, Jamie sat beside her. Why would the president help us? Because I asked a question, and sometimes that's enough. I thought you forgot us. I wore this uniform for you, for Dad, for Mom. Think I can still become an inventor? I know you can. Later, Lily found a letter her father had written before he passed. If you choose the sky, choose it boldly. Don't let the world make you cold. Be strong and human. The next day, another message. Available tomorrow? Let's talk. JR. She flew to DC and met Reed again. I keep thinking about your question, about all the Lilies out there. Would you speak next week? Small audience, no press, just real people? I'm not a speaker. You're exactly what they need to hear. That night, Lily wrote. She didn't try to sound perfect. She wrote about missing Jamie's birthday, the orchard, her dad, the burden and pride of service. At the closed forum, she stood tall. My name is Sergeant Lily Hart. I left behind an orchard, a grieving family, and a silent brother. She spoke of sacrifice, love, and quiet courage. The room didn't applaud, but the silence was powerful. Afterward, Reed approached her. You gave them truth. Now help me build something that matters. I'm in. Operation Hearthline was born. No flashy announcements, just targeted aid to struggling military families, repairs, counseling, scholarships. It worked because it was built on listening. Letters came. We didn't think anyone saw us. Your story gave us hope. One rainy evening, Lily received a letter from Jamie. Everyone thought it was cool you met the president. But I told them what mattered most. You spoke up. I'm proud of you. I want to serve too. She cried reading it. Months later, Reed and First Lady Elena Reed visited the Hart orchard. No press, just presence. They walked the rows. Jamie shared his latest invention. Neighbors shook hands. The orchard came alive again. When the story gained traction, Reed made one statement. This isn't about spotlight, it's about roots. Lily was later invited onto a podcast. Her story went viral. She earned her next rank. Jamie livestreamed the moment. Reed texted, "Told you the world would listen." She received a presidential commendation. Reed presented it quietly. You showed me leadership isn't loud, it's honest. Lily started studying community policy. Jamie joined a tech program. Hope bloomed again. 1 year after her question, Lily visited new recruits. One girl approached her. You've already made the bravest choice, Lily said. Years later, she returned to her father's letter and added one for Jamie. You once asked if one voice mattered. Now you know. Speak true. Love deep. Serve quiet. Your sister, Lily. Tucked inside was a photo. Jamie, the president, and the new harvester gleaming in the background. Because one voice can change everything.